So the moon is right now highly activating Uranus Beta per se, and this, by the way, is in Be'er city. Okay, so the moon is highly activating Uranus Beta per se. Not going to capture another talisman. His energy is very kind of agitating and so on. Mothers wanting space or wanting space from mother. Actually having a house that is spacious enough is important, or houses exploding can also be a thing. Or wanting space from the house, okay, not to stay indoors. Those are all themes of Uranus moon. And as we speak, it's a great time to capture the power of unpredictability. And Uranus comes to liberate. So you want to think about Uranus. Now, of course, that depends on how it aspects your chart. I'm not here ideating electric shocks or anything like that. Just checking that for sale house. I think that roof probably needs fixing. And it doesn't have a yard, which can be problematic on the nervous system. Unless you take down like the porch or something and you dig down and you see until you find some sand and you revive it, which is also an option. Doesn't have too much space. And those things are important because, let me tell you some good teaching, okay? Knowledge from experience. The more you are in stress or in homelessness situation or in poverty situation, actually the more space you need. Okay, you want to think about nervous system as Uranus, and Uranus is space. Now, we used to, in traditional astrology, say, oh, the nervous system, it's Saturn, it's because anxiety, and then it is Mercury, which is small places. Yes. Well, Mercury is not about small places. Mercury is about traveling fast. And where you are traveling, you live in a van. But what happens when you live in a van? Okay, you go outside most of the day. And you travel somewhere, so you're gonna summer somewhere. And that's important to remember. For example, 4th house Gemini, and I'm giving nice reference to Ksenia Moore, is a great astrologer, combining Vedic and Hellenistic and modern methods. And she did a whole video about the 4th house signs. What type of housing would you have? So let's say a mercurial house, you could be living in a van, you could be traveling, okay? You could have 2 houses. For example, my situation, I'm paying for 1 house, but switching between 2 and feeling like I hardly have any, okay? That's a situation. That's my 4th house, okay? So yeah, it's life. I'm grateful for what I have, and I'm grateful, okay, for what I don't have to tackle with, and I deal with what I have to deal with, okay? But the thing is, Uranus is the nervous system, emphasizes unpredictability in space. So we need a space to move in order to have some sort of a constant. You probably heard of the only constant in your life is change. Well, let me tell you that. If you're gonna go with that on a constant, and I did when Uranus was squaring Saturn and Uranus was on my sun, that was constant change, okay? I definitely achieved powerful things in my life, and it's more about personal liberation than anything. It's not about, the diamonds in your pocket that were mined by, people that were raped somewhere, some land. It's the right to be who you are and the inability to oppress yourself any further, okay? It's a threshold. That served me on 7th October, that's serving me now, okay? So Uranus Beta per se is reminding us of that power of unpredictability, and Uranus and the nervous system is reminding us that if you're in a sorry situation, you need more space. You need more time. And that's a good reminder for those of you that are in such situations. Because what doesn't apply with that, you can get tired and you can get exhausted, but then you get back up there and Uranus is going to get you back up there. Okay? I was settling for that kitchen where if I stand in the kitchen and my mama wants to do a cup of tea, she's blocking my view and I get claustrophobic. Okay? I was settling for that. And a good reason for in my opinion, I thought I had a good reason to settle for that, because I never lived in such a house where you look at the mountains. So I had a very good reason for settling for that. But I make salves, I make body butters, I make stuff even for me. If I want to be cooking for myself somewhere, if I would ever think that have a family, somebody's gonna have to be in that kitchen. Even if you hire somebody, they're gonna need to be in a kitchen, okay? It's gonna need to be a kitchen. It can't be this frat boy apartment kitchen. Well, I would read, I don't know what I would eat there. Coffee. Okay? So it can't be that. And I was settling, and the whole fucking thing exploded. Now, of course, it didn't have to explode on the human trafficking level, but that's the life that we have right now. That's the timeline that we have right now. Now, that means I need not to settle for less and to shrink myself, because how you get out of these situations is even deepening your worth, even asking even more for yourself. Because you see, if you go to work and you're harassed, all boundaries broke, right? Because that's where they want you. They want you to do the sex work, which is espionage, which is betrayal in the citizens and in the state, in the name of security, of course. That's where it's going. It's not sugaring. It's not what they say it is. And then, of course, you made bad decisions. You're a whore. You're a greedy. You're a harlot. You're a, what do they say more? Oh, look at this plant. I'm gonna help it grow a little.